Alright, let's get this started. Alright, let's go ahead and locate the helicopter crash. Oh shit. Yo, what up, bitch? You guys hit the helicopter crash yet? Wow, that was unfortunate. Let's get it. Sometimes it'll let me use my fucking...
What's up, guys? This is the Honest Outlaw here, and today I want to answer a few questions. Why would you buy a 1911 in 2018? Is a 1911 good enough for defense? Is a 1911 better than a Glock? Do 1911s suck? Well, I'm going to answer a few of those today. What's the point of a 1911 now that Glock exists? For that matter, the PPQ, VP9, M&P, P10C, Steyr M9, and on the list goes. Polymer frame striker-fired Wonder 9s that took over the pistol market, and for good reason. They're lighter, very reliable, hold more rounds than the 1911, not to mention they're much cheaper than a quality 1911. Cheaper, lighter, easier to clean, can go longer without cleaning, and they hold more bullets. So, case closed, right? They're just better. Well, I made this video for a few reasons. To reinforce that a lot of that is actually true. 2, some of that doesn't matter as much as you think it does. 3, that even though some of it's true, it might be important for some people and less important for other people and certain applications. My history with the 1911 is almost as long as my life. I started shooting them very young. It was actually the first handgun that I ever shot. My dad and his friends, being a big fan, was a huge influence. Also, my grandfather, who happened to carry one in World War II. I've been shooting them for a little more than 25 years. I've learned a thing or two since then. I've also shot a few guns to compare the 1911 to. As a gun reviewer on YouTube, I've had the pleasure of shooting just about every major pistol on the market at least 500 times. So trust me when I tell you this, every gun has its pros and cons. Now let's talk about some of the things the 1911 actually does better than the Wonder 9s, and we'll circle back to some of the cons I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Number 1, and I would have to say the main one, is definitely the trigger. It's the best in the business, there's no doubt about it. There's no rival for the single-action straight-back pull of the 1911 design. It's lighter, usually by about half the weight than most pistols that you're used to, sometimes even a quarter of the weight. It really breaks like glass. Most quality 1911s have a very crisp trigger. And the main thing, at least for me, is it has a shorter travel and reset than almost any other trigger on the market, making it much easier to stay on target while pressing the trigger to the rear, whether it be for distance or shooting fast up close. If you're shooting at distance, a lighter, shorter trigger has less opportunity to push to either side, upsetting your shot. And for speed, a shorter travel means a shorter time between shots, because if you don't have to go as far, you're going to get there quicker. The trigger is one of the main reasons, if not the main reason, why the 1911/2011 frame is still the standard in competition shooting today. Guys that really push the limit of speed and accuracy almost always trust the 1911 or 2011 frame. Another reason is the history and track record. Is there a small arm with a longer and more well-known track record? Not many come to mind. Every major war in the last 100 years, 1911s were the sidearm of choice for U.S. forces. It's been in the trenches, the desert, the oceans, lakes, swamps, mountains. It's been fired from troops on the ground, sea, air, motorcycles, and even off horseback. It's been used by policemen, security officers, soldiers, competitive shooters, concealed carry holders, and even housewives protecting their kids from intruders. Are you not sure if the 1911 is good enough to defend yourself? This gun has successfully defended more American citizens than any semi-automatic pistol in history. The trail of bad guys, robbers, rapists, dictators, oppressors, murderers, and even Nazis this pistol has dropped makes me more than comfortable. Another reason to choose this pistol is choice of caliber, size, and accessories. You can customize this gun any way you want is an understatement to say the least. From the small officer frame to the medium commander frame to the 5-inch government length, there is a size of 1911 to fit your every need. If you want to go really small, there are even variants like the Kimber Micro 380 and the SIG P238 that are not exactly 1911s, but they have the exact same battery of arms, and they're so small they will fit in the pocket of your jeans. You can get them in almost every caliber, from 380 to 38 Super, 9mm, 40 caliber, 45, 10mm, 460 Roland if you're going bear hunting, or even revolver calibers like 357 have made their way into the 1911. Now that you've picked your size and caliber, it's time to choose between the endless amount of grips, rails, size of trigger to fit your long or short fingers, magwells, internals, bull barrels, bushing barrels. Anything you think of on the 1911, any part can be changed for something that fits you slightly better. The ergonomics are impressive. Even after all this time, it's still one of the most comfortable guns to shoot. The grip is timeless and comfortable. Able to fit small or large hands, easy to change out safeties from left or right-handed. Grips are just a screwdriver turn away from larger or smaller to fit any size of hand that you want. Less or more traction depending on your wants. This gun will fit almost everyone. You can get them in all steel if you want a range gun with low recoil, or an aluminum frame for lightweight carry. Not to mention, the cool factor is just simply off the charts. It's the coolest semi-auto on the market, bar none. Want a gun used by special operations? The 1911 is it. Want a gun that's been used in almost every action movie I can think of? The 1911 is it.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Want a gun from your favorite video?
From your favorite video game? 1911's got you. Shut the fuck up, bro.
1911 is it. It looks timeless and classy. The gun just has a style and swagger only saved for the true classics. It's up there with the Colt single action as a real American icon, a symbol of freedom that you can hold in your hands. It just harkens back to a day when guns were not made in assembly lines, but by craftsmen. Is it as reliable as modern polymer guns? Honestly, no. But it can be. It just needs a little extra care. The first thing I would do is decide what company you want your 1911 made by. There are many, many companies that make 1911, but only really a few good ones. Find a quality company like Colt, Springfield, or my personal favorite, Dan Wesson. Number 2, you're going to need to clean and lube your 1911 more than you will a Glock or an M&P. That's just how it is. Tighter tolerances of the 1911 can lead to greater accuracy, but it also leads to greater rates of failures. So you can just simply not have as much gunk in your 1911 as you could your Glock. If you want to shoot it and not worry about it, Glock, HK, Smith & Wesson, and CZ are your friends. Number 3, you need to buy the right ammunition and magazines. The vast majority of 1911 failures come from ammunition or magazines. It just isn't as tolerant of dirty and low-powered ammos as some other guns, like Glock or M&P, and the magazines are made from tons of different companies. Again, only a very few that are actually quality, in my opinion. Do you need more rounds? Well, that's really up to you. My Dan Wesson 9mm carries 10 rounds, and a reload is just about few that are actually quality, in my opinion. Do you need more rounds? Well, that's really up to you. My Dan Wesson 9mm carries 10 rounds, and a reload is just about 2 seconds away with a little practice. But I can understand if you want more. Everybody's different. Everything's a trade-off, and 1911s are no different. Do you want to put up with less rounds and having to clean it more often just to get a better trigger and better ergonomics? Do you want to spend more money and get a gun with this kind of track record and history? No? That's totally fine too. They're all just handguns after all. What you choose for defense, work, plinking, or competition is your choice. And we live in a golden age of firearms where there are so many great choices to choose from. You don't have to pick one after all. I own and shoot CZs, 1911s, Glocks, M&Ps, PPQs, and HKs. And I can make them all work pretty well. Find a gun that fits you, that's reliable, and a caliber that works best for you. Get out to the range and train with it instead of complaining about somebody else's firearm choice. A great shooter with an average gun is better than an average shooter with a great gun. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you're interested in entering our monthly giveaway, you can become a patron on my Patreon account. I usually leave a link to a local homeless shelter in the description below. Click on that to give a little bit to those kids. They could really use your help. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please stop by your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.
Just take those pictures lying down there, Sonny.
I'm James, and me. Your face is your moneymaker, and what you put on it says a lot about you. I'm James, and these are William Painters. Did you know $5 sunglasses and the $500 designer brands are made from the same cheap plastic? Plastic like beach toys, party cups, and Mardi Gras beads. Plastic. William Painters are the finest sunglasses ever made, and the last pair you'll ever need. Do they come with a 100-day trial and a lifetime guarantee? Yeah, of course they do. But most importantly, they're gonna look great on you. Because you only get one face, and they'd be honored to sit on it. Listen, we didn't reinvent the wheel. We just took the classic styles you already love, then used state-of-the-art materials and the highest quality polarized lenses. Can you wear them with everything? Of course you can. You'll look good when you're being...
You know, one thing I think all of us in the gun community really like is a good top 10 gun list. Because for one reason, it gives us something to fight about that doesn't really matter. So we're not going to get too angry because, you know, a person's personal preference in guns isn't really that big of a deal, so it doesn't matter if we disagree with them or not, but it still gives us something to argue about. So that in mind, I thought today I would do a top 10 list. Now, I usually just do top 5 lists. But in this category, I could not narrow it down to 5 guns, so I'm going to do a top 10. That category is going to be top 10 production 1911. Now, I say production because I'm not including any custom makers. I'm not including Ed Brown or Nighthawk, any of those custom makers. Any gun you have to order specifically from the factory with custom features, not including it. These are straight off-the-shelf guns that you can get from any distributor. So these guns I'm going to include today are also just going to be the 4-inch to the 5-inch category. You know, commander to government. Because when you're dealing with, you know, those two different size guns, basically the only difference usually is a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch of barrel length, depending on the manufacturer. When you get into subcompact 1911s, it's a different story, so those are not really included in today's list. Maybe I'll do that list later. Now also, one last thing I want to say about these models of guns before I get on with the list is that they are often available in different finishes. I'm not going to cover all the finishes today. I'm just going to show one example. You choose what finish you like. They're often available also in both the 4-inch to 5-inch barrel range. You choose what barrel size you like. I'm just going to tell you which models I think are the top 10 production 1911s available today. So let's go ahead and get started with that list. At number 10 is the classic, the Colt Delta Elite. Now the Delta Elite is a 10mm 1911, and it is the quintessential 10mm 1911. Colt has made a lot of effort lately to improve their 1911s, and it's really showing, especially in the Delta Elite. The one I prefer is the railed version, but you can get it non-railed also. This is a great 1911, and that's why it's number 10 on my list. Number 9 is a gun I own and I've been carrying every day lately. That is the SIG STX. This is an awesome 1911 that comes straight out of the gate with everything you could possibly need on a full-size 1911. It has night sights, it has anti-safety, it has a mag well.
Oh shit. Come on, come on, come on, come on, bitch. What? Well,